Hey guys, how are we doing? We are back again this Saturday evening for another Suzerain character painting stream. This week we are painting up a different sort of hero. We are going to be painting up an Oni, which is pretty exciting. New name? Wait, okay. Alright. Ah, I see. Yes. Well, it's nice to have you back. It's been a while. I guess you normally lurk. Alright, well, we are painting up this chap. I'm going to go a little unconventional and painting with purple skin. And we're going to give him a nice central eye. That's alright. It takes a little while to get used to it. Particularly the more you follow as well, the harder it gets, because you end up with so many notifications. You just end up having to mute some. But yeah, I mean, I had to get into a routine, so... Right, I'm going to start with the skin. Oh, I've even got purple out. Convenient. Okay, he's got a lot of skin, so we'll start with that. So I'm going to go with purple. So this is pure purple that I'm using. This will provide a good basis over the Zenithal Prime. We might have to do a couple of coats. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I do make a point of tweeting when I go live. I've got it set up so it does it automatically. It's handy. But I've done that. I scroll through Twitter and go, oh, that person's live, and then end up sitting there watching somebody stream. I think we might have to give him like a light blue hair, maybe. We've got time to decide. He's not wearing much. Yeah, my other exciting news is that I have a 3D printer. Woo! It's tense waiting for prints. Hoping that they don't fail. It's fun though. But I got that this week, so I've not done many prints yet. But I have done some. Get in there as well. I think purple's going to look quite nice on him. I'll get his legs. And his hands. I think we're a bit offset. There we go. I have to move my camera out of the way when I'm not streaming. We are painting another Reaper mini this week. This one is the Oni. If you do exclamation Suze mini, it will come up with a link and the mini's name. But the character for Suzerain is Takeda One Eye. And despite being an Oni, he's actually a hero. I need a bit more purple. He has quite a lot of skin. We also need to have a little think about what kind of basing we want to do for this guy. I do now have some... He doesn't believe in clothes. Yes. He's only wearing a loincloth because people kept complaining. And I'm sure he just went, oh, fine. I'll cover it. I mean, who wouldn't? He's an ogre. A Japanese ogre. Possibly there was just too much envy in the party. Maybe they were complaining, dude, you're cramping my style. All right. Hands and face. Getting between those bracelets as well. There we go. The pure purple being translucent, it actually creates shadows. I'm just flailing about. I mean, it's entirely possible that he's not that impressive, you know. He does look like he's overcompensating. Okay. Okay. I think I need to get a little bit more around his hair. There's a bit here that I've not caught. I need a little more purple out. Hey, Demise. I didn't see nothing. There was nothing to see. Just making sure I've got everywhere. Just getting there a bit more as well. Oh. Yes. Oh my. Oh, are they that bad? Was that a human figure as well? Demise. Because that... I've had... My fire elemental from Malifaux was 19. But I mean, he's quite big. He was like a jigsaw puzzle. So which one was that one? Yeah. This guy was 19 pieces to put together. Mental. Yeah. 6 is not bad. I mean, 6 is still quite a bit, especially for Space Marines. But yeah, these guys... This guy was 19 pieces. Like, damn. It's all the crazy tiny little fiddly bits. What? What? That's crazy. Oh, just your regular boring Imperial soldier. In that many... 14 pieces. What? I mean, I've had heads in 2 pieces where they've got really sort of flowy, weird hair. I don't know how an Imperial soldier could have 3 pieces for his head. That's crazy. Somebody did not split that model down very well. I mean, they look great. Ah. I was looking at it as well. I really like the look of it. Okay, so we need to pick a cloth colour and a hair colour. Okay, what was wrong with doing the head and the helmet as 2 pieces and that's it? That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I suspect you'll. It's possible, though, Demise, that they'll be this cut down in the same way. So they might be in just as many pieces in resin. I'm gonna go with. We'll go with a red loincloth. Sorry about that. You need a permit, I'm afraid, because I get some weird spam sometimes. Oh. Oh, yes, I see. Yeah, unfortunately it goes, oh my gosh, there's a dot in it. There must be a link. Quick, ban it. Yeah, it does. It goes mental. Definitely don't count board game minis. Oh, I'm still working my way through Massive Darkness and Folklore the Affliction. Streamlabs does seem to get a little bit angry. Okay, see if we can get underneath. There we go. Managed it. It's not easy. Only 3 board games with minis. One of them is Hate. Oh. Yeah, the All-In Pledge. The Cool Mini or Not stuff is always so massively mini heavy. It's like they don't do minis in half measures. If you're getting minis with the game, you get loads of minis. Because Massive Darkness is cool mini or not. Is Hate lots of different sculpts, or do you end up with a dozen of the same sculpt? Because that's a nightmare to paint. Spend a year painting. I never looked into Hate, so I don't know what the minis are like for it. I am trying to avoid Kickstarter at present. But when you've got a dozen of the same sculpt, it gets really tiring. Like painting Space Marines, I'm sure. I don't know, don't paint Space Marines. So is it just board games and war games that you paint minis for? I love my little red and blue guys. Planning on kit bashing them so they're... So really the assembly is a bit of... Oh, okay, yeah. Painting's just the afterthought. Fair enough. Okay. So we've got a nice red cloth. We'll go quite bright. Each squad of dudes has 11. 1 big, 2 here, and 8 regular dudes with 4 sculpts. Oh, that's not even too bad, Demise. Yeah, that's not even that bad. Because I've got... So these were the guys that I was working on. These are the Massive Darkness minis. I think there were 18 of this sculpt, or something like that. Just this sculpt. It's so boring to do. There is no variation at all. They're just all mass cast. Like, ah. And that's the theme with Massive Darkness. You have groups. you have one that looks different because he's the leader, and then you have up to 6 in the group that are the minions, and they're all the same sculpt. It's torture. Sometimes. I kind of want to play... I've been dying to play a half ogre. Or maybe like a half ogre tiefling barbarian. Or fighter. No, fighter I think would be better. Just so I can use this guy as my character mini. I'll just go in there and kick some butt. Ah. So, mainly paint war games. Bought some board games to use the minis in other games. Have a boatload of terrain. Because you used to play Infinity. Club went, oh dear. Oh, that's boring. 40k and bolt action. They could at least expand out. Good gods. Nice. Oh wow. 2 really useful... Good god. That's a lot of terrain. Yeah. We know if you've got more than one team for Infinity, more than one army, and you can do small, because I know you can do small skirmishes with Infinity, take both and just say, you know, happily provide the minis for you to play. Come and play with me, please. I have the minis you can use. And the terrain, and I'll teach you how to play. See if you can get people into it. I might have to start doing that with Malifaux. There are not many Malifaux players in Leicester that I know of. There's a few a bit further north of me, but it takes about 45 minutes to drive there. Okay. So I'm going to start with some... We're going to start doing some highlighting on the skin. So this is the pure purple that I used. I'm going to use the Xeno purple to highlight up. So we'll do a 1-1 mix of Xeno purple and pure purple to begin with. I might have to do another coat of the purple actually. Some of it's a bit patchy. I think we'll quickly go over another coat of the purple. Just to smooth him out a little bit. Yeah, we buy board games because we like playing board games. But there are some that are also really convenient for other things. So I have a whole stack of essentially battle maps that came with Folklore the Affliction. Obviously I use those for D&D as well. If I really want. Not that I'm playing much at present. So we'll go over the skin again. So adding another coat isn't actually losing the zenithal, but it is smoothing out the skin, which is nice. I do love the pures from Instar. Oh. Damn. They're all GW fanboys then. And girls. Bit of a shame. And I'm getting closer to having a completed crew for playing Malifaux. At least I have somewhere to play as well. I do have to go north. It's about a 45-minute drive, which late at night is not convenient, but it means I have somewhere to go. There we go. Okay, so we've evened out his skin tone. Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty bad in some ways. It's pretty sad that you had to, you know, get back into 40k just to play. So I'm going to go with some glazed medium in my flesh highlight, my first flesh highlight. Okay. And I'm going to swap out to a smaller brush. I'm not using a size 4 for highlighting. Okay. So the belly area is dry. Some of the other areas still drying. I might do another coat of red while we wait, actually, for the skin to dry. So I want some deep red. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But, you know, if you can advertise it a little bit, you might get some joy. You know, if you've got a Facebook group or something to organise, you might get someone go, oh yeah, sure, okay, I'll give it a go. But I do think some of the Warhammerites are a little too GW obsessed. To even give other things a chance. It's kind of the impression I get anyway. I could be wrong, but... It remains to be seen how wrong I am. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, they also don't care. But no, I'm not into GW stuff. I have a really old orc that I intend to paint, and that's about it. I didn't do this hand with another coat. Just looking at it, it's like, oh, it looks a little different. That's why. So we'll get over that hand. I'll leave it till last now and forget to highlight it. Ah. Yeah, I don't do much wargaming stuff at all. I really should get myself out and go play some Malifaux. Yep. It's quite exciting, really. Probably print off Perilous Tales. Oh, yes. Yeah. Is it available in black and white then? Perilous Tales. I'm assuming it is. Yeah. Well, you know, I was thinking, well, I mean, if you slam it on the laser, it'll do grayscale. It'll be grayscale anyway. Not like the other one's got color, cartridges in it. Oh, hey, I've just realised as well, this is my first Oni. Yeah. My little Oni. Alright. I'm aware you probably can't even see much of the highlighting yet. But it's there. It is there. We're definitely getting some highlighting on. So I'm kind of stippling on the legs a little. It helps. Okay. Damn it. See if I can get him to stick on a bit more. There we go. Right, I'm going to do another round in this highlight and then we'll make the next one. Which we won't put everywhere we've got this one. Okay, well thank you very much for coming in, Demise. It's really good to see you again. You take care. Have a good evening. Build up round there somewhat. Do the same on the toes. There we go. It's pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to go over with the next highlight. I'm going to go with just Xeno Purple this time. And again, I'm going to glaze it. So add a bit of glaze medium. We can give that a good mix. So I'm going to start by coming in on his chin. Around his head. Get those cheekbones and his nose. So I'm just trying to get in the middle of some of these highlights. Slightly on the upper edges in some areas. So that we can start defining a little bit more the muscle structures. And get in like that. Down there. Across that leg. Oh, we definitely need to get his toes. So, same on this side. His fingers. So we'll get extra focus on the knuckles eventually, on the fingers. Still bringing these highlights up. Get his chin again, nose, eyebrows and cheekbones, his forehead. Down there. So I'm just adding more layers of this highlight to build it up a little bit. Don't think I've actually done here, so it's okay though. I'm not the kind of person that counts my layers. I just work what's comfortable to me. So I'm going to brush up these abs. We'll glaze over these as well. Okay, so we'll get along the back. So I'm going to bring that highlight to there. Go up with that one. Up there as well. Soften that down. But I need to go quite a bit brighter with some of these before I start doing my glazing. Just get in there. Okay. So now I'm going to do Xeno Purple and a little bit of white. Just going to add some pure white. And that's going to desaturate a little bit so we can get a bit higher with our highlights. Just add a drop of white to that. Add a little more. There we go. Okay. So drop more glaze medium. We still want it nice and thin. So we can build it up. So getting quite a nice lilac. Can brush that up on the chin, over the eyebrows, down the nose. So I'm going to define these abs a little bit more. There we go. Get some pretty good shape. Bring that up. So define this muscle tone here. bring that highlight towards the knee, since his arm is casting a shadow. So the highlights will be here. Go over those toes again. Try and bring those up quite a bit. So this arm's going to have more highlighting than this one. Let's brush that one up. Same there. And then we're going to do, so I'm going to go down to that knuckle and up to that one there. So just try to create a little emphasis on those fingers. Again, to the knuckles. So the back here is going to have some light. Just put a little bit there. We haven't got much here because the weapon provides a shadow. Okay. So we can do another round of highlighting. Some of these areas, so I'm going to do a bit of stippling on this time. We might glaze over some of this now as well, and then have a look at putting in more highlights again. So like here, wants a little bit more. There we go. We probably want a bit more definition here as well. Okay. So we'll make a pure purple glaze. So this will smooth it all out. So we'll go with couple of drops of purple, some glaze medium, it's already a translucent paint, but it is quite powerful stuff. So making it into a glaze will help to soften it a little bit, so we can build it up a little bit more. So just brush this over all of the areas we highlighted. We don't need to go right into the recesses if it's not necessary. It's not going to have much impact there. Go over his hands as well. Over the back. There we go, that's looking really nice. It's looking very, very nice. Okay, so we'll wait for that to dry. We'll go over his face. Make sure we do his face as well. So I need to wait for that to dry, but I can highlight his loincloth while I wait. So just put those over there. And I'm going to do that with some pure red. I think I'm going to do a mix of pure red and deep red first. So we'll go with a 1 pure red and 1 deep red mix. There we go. Yeah, that's quite a good one. Should work quite nicely for highlighting up the loincloth.